Hello. Good morning. How are you today? I hope that you are pretty cool today. Well, let's start with everything that I have here for you today in order to continue with all the topics that you have that are going to be impressive. Yes, are they going to be difficult? No, promise. We are going to be talking about quantifiers. Quantifiers, I know that you know that I don't really like to be teaching grammar, and these are going to be some specific topics super important for us. What are going to be the topics about? Well, let's start with this. Abriendo. Déjame mostrarte. Let me show you my presentation for today. Intermediate level week 24th to 28th May. That's super cool. Well, let's continue with this that I have here for you. Great to see you one more time. It's a super pleasure. Okay, as we were saying hello to each other, let's continue with this that I have here for you. Is it going to be easy? Yes. Don't worry. Now, let's start with this. 1, 2, 3. Chan, 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 chan. What do we have for today? Well, I remember that yesterday we were talking about this. Oh my goodness. And what is this? Well, we were talking about countables and uncountables, and we were talking about some rules. We were saying that the countable nouns always are going to be having a singular and plural form, and you can use a singular verb or a plural verb with them. On the other case, in the other hand, on the opposite, the uncountable nouns are not going to be having a plural form for the verb. They are going to be used in a singular verb, and they don't have plural. We cannot use an or a number with them. Those are going to be the uncountables. But what are the uncountables? Abstract ideas, something that you cannot touch, made of smaller parts like sand, flour, dirt, the spaghetti, the grass, the sugar, rice, traffic, because it is made with some specific situations, and with food. Ooh, some food that you can cut into small parts like bread, fish, cheese, chocolate, meat, bacon, food, or jam. Everything that you can cut into small pieces or parts is going to be uncountable. When we are talking about liquids and gases, also they are going to be uncountables. Some materials like wood, glass, paper, gold, steel. And also in English, we are going to be having some uncountables that are going to be this furniture, devices, work, for example, is uncountable. The news, information, luggage, money, intelligence, knowledge, we are not going to be counting that. Remember, abstract ideas or something that you cannot touch, small, or something that is made of smaller parts, or something that you could into small parts, some materials, liquids and gases, and furniture, some advices, something that you cannot be touching. Those are going to be uncountables. Hey! Excellent. And we were saying that if we are going to be talking about liquids, gases, if you use a container, now it is going to be countable. If you don't use a container in order to talk about it, it is going to be uncountable. Super cool. And we were talking about these nouns that can be countable and uncountable depending the situation, right? For example, oh, my memory is not good today. Oh, I have a lot of memories. Depending the context, depending the situation, and depending how we are going to be making use of these nouns, they are going to be countables or uncountables. That's cool. Now, you are going to be helping me with this that I have here. We are going to complete the sentences with many or with much. You can do it. For example, the first one, how much or many juice do you need? Let me look for right. Excellent. How much juice do you need? How much? Because I cannot touch it. Yes, I can touch the bottle of juice. That it could be countable, but without that container, it is going to be uncountable. The number two, I don't know what butter would you like? What could it be? What could it be? Exactly. How much butter would you need? Yes, we are going to be having here much, because remember that butter is uncountable. It is not going to be countable because I can cut it into small pieces. That is the situation. Much, one more time. Now, tomatoes ordered. Yes, exactly. How many tomatoes? Because I can be counting that. Yes, how many tomatoes? It is something that I can count. Now, bacon, countable or uncountable? What do you think? Countable or uncountable? It's uncountable because remember that bacon can be cut into small pieces. That's the reason why we are not going to be making use of that. Excellent. Very good. Now, let's continue with this that I have here. How milk is in the bottle? Excellent. It is going to be much. It is uncountable. It is a liquid. Or if I had a bottle of milk or a cup of milk or something like that, yes, it is going to be countable. But in this case, milk alone by itself is uncountable. How much milk? And finally, eggs. How? Eggs we need for this recipe. Cool. How many? Because eggs are going to be countables. Excellent. Very, very good. Now, vámonos con esto. ¿Ya viste que sí se puede? How much and how many? Remember, for uncountables and for countables. Yes. Much is going to be used with nouns that we cannot count. And many is going to be used with nouns that we can count. Water, money, smoke, or for example, cars, sunglasses, or people, right? In this case, what could it be the answer for this one? Bananas are there in the fridge. How many or how much? How many bananas? Excellent. How many bananas are there in the fridge? Cool. Now, what could it be? The answer for this one. Apples are there. How many? In this exercise, how much, how much, how much? But now we are having a lot of how many's. How many apples are there? There are 3 apples. Cool. Now, what do you think about this question? How milk do you drink a day? Excellent. How much milk? It's uncountable. We are talking about the liquid that we have inside. We are talking about this amazing liquid, not about this recipe. No. Okay. Not about this container. Now, how many and how much are there? Is there? Remember, how many for plurals? Countables. How many parks are there? How many good restaurants are there in your city? How many people are there in your country? Excellent. But how much is going to be used, for example, public transportation, pollution, crime, traffic? That's great. How much? How many? How much public transportation? Singulars, and this is plurals. And as this is plural, we are going to be using are. And as we have here in singular, we are going to be making use of is. How much public transportation is in your city? How much pollution do we have in our country? How much crime can we see in the streets? How much traffic are we going to be facing today? Is there always? No, we can be using different other things that we have here. And remember, what is the difference between how much and how many? Well, remember that if we want to know the quantity or amount of something, we are going to be asking with these questions, how much or how many? But how much is for uncountables? And most of the times, for singular, how much sugar would you like? You can be using the is there, could it be, would you like, whatever that you want. Imagine that this is like a question word. How much time do we have for have to finish? How much money did you spend? How much milk is in the fridge? Uncountables. Only one. Only one. But also we are going to be making use of much if we want to know the price of something. If we want to know the price of something, yes. For example, how much, it could be singular or plural, depending. How much, sorry, how much is this dress? ¿Cuánto cuesta este vestido? How much are these shoes? Excellent. How much did your jacket cost? ¿Cuánto costó tu chamarra? How much will it cost me? ¿Cuánto me irá a costar? ¿Cómo lo estás viendo? It's easy, right? That's super cool. But now we are going to continue that we have for this with you today. For singular or plurals, when you are asking for the price of something, okay? Excellent. For singulars when it is general. That's cool. But now, look at this. ¿Quedó buenísimo? Bueno. Here we go. How much for quantity or amount, but with uncountables and singulars? How much if you want to know the price of something for singulars and or plural? Okay, the cost. We are going to be using the verb cost or be. It's okay. How much is this dress? How much are these shoes? How much did your jacket cost? How much will it cost me? Okay, you can be playing with this. And how many, you are going to be making use of how many if you want to know the quantity or the amount or something, but with plurals that are going to be countables, plurals that are countables, singular that are uncountables. And remember, I used to say singulars that are uncountable, but we already know that uncountables are singulars. They are not going to be having plurals, but I like to specify, even though. So how many days are there in January? You can be counting them. How many students are in this room? We can be counting them. How many books did you buy? You can be counting them. Excellent. Or how many cousins do you have? You can count your cousins. That's good. Now, there is a situation here. Till this moment, is it easy or difficult? It is not that difficult, right? Well, let me tell you something. The noun is going to be often omitted in the questions that we are going to be having or asking when it is obvious what we are talking about. We are going to be omitting the noun if it is obvious that we are talking about that, that noun. For example, I would like to buy some cheese. I need some coins. I need some sugar. How much would you like? How many do you need? How much do you need? Those are going to be the questions to these sentences. Hello, student A. No, hey, I need to buy some cheese. How much would you like? Ya no tengo que decir, how much cheese do you like or would you like? I need some coins, please, for the game. How many do you need? It is not necessary that you can say, how many coins do you need? I need 5 coins. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 coins. No, because it is obvious that we are talking about that object. That is the situation that we are going to be having. Okay. Oh, for example, I need some sugar, please, for my coffee. Oh, how much do you need? You can say how much sugar do you need or how much do you need, but it is not necessary to repeat one more time. How much sugar do you need? I need 1 cup of sugar. Okay, here it is your sugar. No, sugar, 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 everywhere, everywhere. That's cool. So when the noun is obvious, you don't need to repeat it. It's okay with that. What do you think about the difference between how much and how many? Is it easy or difficult? It is not that difficult as I can see it. Remember, much is used with uncountables, okay, nouns, to indicate a large quantity. How much is it, Mom? Talking about prices, no? It doesn't need much link. Ooh, quantities. Liquids doesn't matter. Remember that this is for uncountables. And the uncountables are going to be singulars because uncountables doesn't have plurals. And then it's going to be used with countable nouns in order to indicate a large quantity. Also, the difference is that one is for uncountables and the other one is for countables. Mary has many cats. You can be counting those cats. I have many things to do. You can count all the things that you are going to be doing during the day. Ah, how many? How much? Ooh, plural nouns, many. Singular nouns, how much? How many animals, balls, blades, cars, children, colors, eggs, fishes, games, grains, pieces of cake, planks of wood, toys. As you can see, all these are contables. You can be counting them with your side, with your finger. And how much for singular nouns that are uncountables? Cheese, effort, further, homework, milk, noise, rope, sand, soup, stuff, time, traffic, water, things that I cannot be counting with my only finger, and things that they are going to be cut into small pieces. Ooh. Distances, some things that are abstracts. Here we are with how much. Is on the beach, is in the bowl, do we have left? It's okay, the complement that you want to use, that's cool. The most important thing is, one of the most important things is that you cannot have some confusions between many and much, with plurals and singulars, or with the countables and uncountables. Remember which one are the uncountables. Excellent. We normally use many with plurals, countables, noun in all types of sentences, affirmative, negative, interrogative. Are there many books on the shelf? There aren't many books on the shelf. We have got many friends. We are going to be counting them with my finger. It's super easy. Are there many books on the shelf? There aren't many books on the shelf. We have got many friends. Wow. You can be counting them. You can be counting them. That is it, the situation. And also, we are going to be making use of much with uncountables, with singulars, normally in questions and in negative sentences. Do you drink much coffee? How much money have you got? There isn't much sugar in the bowl. I don't drink much coffee. Questions or negative situations that we are going to be having here. And so you don't normally use much in affirmative sentences. You are going to be using a lot. It is going to be better. It is better if we use a lot. For example, I drink a lot of water. It is better instead of using much. That is much. Ready? Cool. Did you eat a lot? Not much, just a little. Did you eat a lot? Not much, just a little. What is that? For that reason, we are going to start talking about quantifiers. But let me ask you something. What questions do you have with this? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Was it easy? Was it difficult? What do you think? Okay, very good. We are going to be having like a short exercise that is going to be super duper useful for you in order to practice much, many, how much, a lot, Let me open this link that I have here for you. And also you are going to be using it in your house, on your home, in order that you can be practicing this. Sale, vale. And then we are going to be having other kind of exercises. Bueno, vámonos con esta. A lot of much and many. Abriendo, abriendo, abriendo. Excellent, excellent. Now, maybe you were practicing with this exercise, but if not, don't worry, we are going to be doing it again. So we are going to be selecting a lot of, much, and many. ¿Sale? No me veo, aquí estoy. Okay, let's see. The number one, She can drink what? A lot of, many, much water. But she cannot drink much coffee. What could it be the answer? A lot of. Maybe. Number 2, she doesn't know eat a lot of meat, but she eats a lot of vegetables. She does not eat a lot, much, many, but she eats a lot of vegetables. Excellent. It will be uncountable because meat can be cut into small pieces. She has got a lot of dresses, but she has not got what? Many skirts. That could it be? Can you be counting the skirts? Yes, right? Good. Number 4, she does not buy much perfume, but she buys what? Many clothes, a lot of, much. A lot of. That could it be? It could be a lot of, or maybe many clothes, depending. Now, every morning she buys a lot of newspaper. She buys a lot of newspapers, but she does not buy magazines. What could it be? It could be a lot or maybe many. We are going to be checking. What do you think? But she does not buy. Acuérdate que con does not en la negación no ponemos a lot. You need to see if it is going to be many or much. Well, maybe you are saying, I can count them. Okay. How English books have you got? A ver, how many? Because books are countables. Excellent, excellent. Number 7, I have got a lot of English books, but I have not got many Spanish shoes. What do you think? I have got a lot of books. That's cool. But I have not got many Spanish shoes. Cool. How money do you need to buy this French dictionary? Excellent. How much money do you need to buy this French dictionary? Now, are there new students in the class? Can you count them? Or no? What do you think? Okay, that's great. How many new students? Are there many new students in the class? Because you can be counting them. And the number 10, there are not Italian teachers in that school, but there are a lot of English ones. There are not many because you can be counting them. You can be counting them. You can be counting them. It's not so difficult, right? Now, let's check. Woo! Excellent. That was excellent. That was excellent. What do you think? Now you can see the difference between the contables and the uncountables. How much, how many? Yes, right? That's super cool. Okay, beautifuls. Let's start with this that I have here for you today. Let's say goodbye to this and let's continue with this, the quantifiers. The quantifiers, yes. We are going to be making use of this in order to be having the amount of something. Okay, and we are going to be having some, any, a few, a little, few, little, much, many, a lot of. You already know difference. You already know some and any, much, many, and a lot. The only situation that we are going to be finding is that you need to know and practice this four that I have here. A few, a little, few, little. What could it be the difference? Let's check. Let's start with a lots of. But before to continue, is everything clear? I know that it is kind of easy, so don't worry. Let's continue with this. A lot of or lots of. What is the difference between this? Okay. We are going to be using a lot of or lots of with plural countable nouns. For example, with books, with cars, and so on. Something that you can be counting. I don't know, so maybe the chairs, tables, pencils, colors, erasers, apple, bananas, and so on. And also we are going to be making use of a lot of or lots of with uncountable nouns: sugar, milk, intelligence, love, information, ecole. In almost all or in all type of sentences, but you can be using this. It is not super common to have a lot of or lots of in negative situations. But as I have been telling you, you never know. You can have them also there. We are going to be omitting of when a lot of is not followed by a noun. Okay, a lot of or lots of when you have a noun or an object after these words. But if you are not going to be having an object after these words, you don't need to use of. For example, are there many people in the room? Yes, there are a lot. If we had here a lot of people, then we were going to be having this a lot. That's super cool. Okay, so you don't need to use add of to each time that you are going to be making use of a lot of or lots of. No, no, no. If you are not going to be having an object after this, it is okay. Don't use it. And we were talking about this, much and many, and we were saying that a lot of for uncountables and for countables, no? A lot of coffee, yes, I want a lot. I love you a lot. No, we are not going to be using of. So I would like to show you what is the difference between this a lot of or lots of. As you know, not much and many, singulars and plurals. A lot of is used with countable nouns. There is a lot of traffic today. And sometimes lots of is used with plural uncountable nouns. He has lots of friends. A lot of, it could be with uncountables. Lots of with countables, but plurals. That's the situation. There is a lot of traffic today. He has lots of friends. Plurals, countables, a lot of uncountables. What do you think? We are going to be talking about the difference between a lot of or lots of. Remember that we use a lot of in positive statements or in affirmative statements, or when you are saying that yes. Also with negative sentences and questions. No problem with that. You are going to be using this. But as I was telling you, be careful when you are going to be using a lot of with negative statements, depending the context, okay? We are going to be pretty careful with that, okay? And also let me tell you that this expression can be used with countables or uncountables. Pero ¿por qué aquí dice que porque si quieres especificar un poquito más, el a lot of se va con los uncountables, pero siempre van a haber motivos para que lo usemos con los contables. ¿Sale? Countables or uncountables. There are a lot of dogs in their house. I have a lot of time to answer his questions. I saw a lot of people waiting in the queue. We did have a lot of fun, didn't we? Countables and uncountables. Countables, people, uncountable, fun. We are going to be having this. As you can see here, I don't have negative sentences because they are not so common with a lot of, but they can be existing. And lots of is going to be used with positive sentences. However, it is more informal. Lots of is going to be a kind of more informal. It can be used with countables or uncountable and occasional in questions. Did you see? We are scratching these meanings because at the beginning we used to say, oh, they are the same. Well, actually, they are not super the same. They are going to be having some differences that are going to be super, super useful for you. Lots of, remember, it's a kind of more informal, okay? And you are going to be using this more with positive and negative sentences. You are not going to be looking at this in a question because it is super informal. A lot of for plurals or in plurals, but sometimes if you want to specify, it is going to be with uncountables. Se usa más aquí con los uncountables. Pero se llegan a usar de las dos maneras. Igual, lots of se usan más con los countables, pero igual se llegan a usar de la misma manera. Pero a lot of, for all kind of sentences and lots of, not for questions. It is a kind of important. Occasionally, you can be using it, but not a lot. We have lots of time to catch the bus. It is something uncountable. There are lots of people in the queue today. That's countable. Oh my God, you have spent lots of money on clothes. Wow. I have lots of questions. I don't have 10 questions. I have lots of questions. Ooh, no. Sometimes the difference between these two words is so small. As I was telling you, they are super pretty similar. They can be changing places. Yes. But as I was telling you, they are going to be having some small situations that are going to be making the difference. Sometimes, as I was telling you, sometimes the difference between these two words is so small that it is almost impossible to spot it, especially when you are speaking. But in some cases, however, the difference is as obvious as it can be possible. And it is that one word is real while the other one isn't it. That's exactly what happens with a lot and a lot. Bueno, aquí te estoy mostrando la diferencia, a lot of y lots of. Pero ya te diste cuenta que aquí una es a lot y esta es a lot. No te dejes convencer tan fácil. Super extra tip. Super extra tip. Un tip super extra. Si un día te llegas a encontrar a lot, no la vayas a confundir con a lot, okay? A lot is going to be a noun with an article. That means a big amount of numbers. And a lot is super strange, no? A lot exists because you are going to be saying a lot of food, a lot of traffic, a lot of everything, no? But a lot, what is a lot? I am showing you this because once a student told me, what is a lot, teacher? Don't ever confuse a lot with a lot. Bueno, no. And we are going to be having lot. There's a lot of work piled up on my desk. There were a lot of people on the bus this morning. I have been away for a few days, so I had a lot of pause waiting for me. She lost a lot of blood in the accident. A lot together is not a word, but you can be using it as pronunciation. A lot is going to be meaning the same. Mucho, mucho, and that's a word. Haz de cuenta que este a lot es una cuestión. A lot is a common misspelling of a lot. A lot should always be spelled a lot, separated, okay? Two words. And the meaning of a lot depends on the context, okay? Usually it means many or to a great extent, okay? A lot is a misspelling, es una falta de ortografía que significa lo mismo que a lot. Por si te lo llegas a encontrar, a lot es lo mismo que a lot, solo que estas dos están juntitas. Es un error común. Haz de cuenta como el I cannot, que el cannot va todo junto. Generalmente no va separado cannot, o dices can't o dices cannot junto. Aquí es al revés, deben de ir separadas. No juntista como este a lot. Now, if you still aren't completely sure about which word is correct, think about it in this way. You can say a little. No podemos decir a little. O sí. This is why following the same yolk, you need to say a lot. Spell as 2 or as 3 words or lots of. Sorry, 2 words. A lot or lot of. ¿Ok? Pero este es un error de escritura. Lo vas a llegar a ver. Yes. Does it exist? Yes, it exists. But this is a misspelling. The correct one is this, a lot, separated. A lot. Oh, haz de cuenta que a lot is going to be the contraction. The ugly contraction, because it is not going to be recognized as grammar point. ¿Sale? A lot, siempre se escribe separadito. Cuando tú lo hables, puedes decir a lot or a lot. Ahí es casi imperceptible. Pero no vayas a escribir a lot juntito porque es una falta ortográfica. But as we were saying this word a little, now we are going to continue with other things that I have here. Acuérdate, a lot of or lots of are super pretty similar. Okay, they could be affirmatives, negatives, interrogatives, but lots of is not going to be so much interrogative. And a lot of is for countables or uncountables, the same that lots of. But if you want to specify a little bit more, you can be using a lot of in order to talk about uncountable. And lots of for countables. But now that we were saying, as I was telling you, now that we were talking and touching this point, a little, we are going to be having this exactly what you were saying. A little, yes, because you can be having some situations there. We are going to be having other 4 words. A little, a few, or a few. What is going to be the difference between these words? Tell me. I know that you can do it. Tell me. What is? Don't you remember? Okay, a little and little. What are going to be the difference? Well, let's start with this, guys. A little is used with positive quantity and non-countable nouns. And it means a small amount or some. Example, there is a little milk in the refrigerator. Would you like a little water? Poquito. Mary got a little bit of pie. Mary got a little bit of pie. Can you discount it at all? A little, sorry. Can you discount it a little, poquito? I need a little sugar. I will have tea. Necesito un poquito, un tantito. Algo de sugar. But what is the difference with little? Oh, little is going to be expressing a diminutive size or a negative quantity. Little means almost nothing or not so much or not much. They are pretty similar as I was telling you. I'm sorry, I speak little French. Little French, almost nothing. There was little time to finish my homework. Almost nothing. The kitten is little. Almost nothing. I have drunk little water this morning. Almost nothing. What is the difference? Because I am looking at them and they are sound so similar. Okay. So That was a little or little. And quickly, let me show you this. A few. A few. Yes, a few represents a positive quantity. Ok. Aquí todo es positivo, a little. Que hay un poquito. Aquí que casi no hay nada. Positive, negative. A few represents a positive quantity, and it is going to be used with plural nouns. It means some, a small amount, a few bananas, ¿no? Contables. Ejemplo, he has a few good friends, so he's happy. There are a few books on the shelf. We stayed a few days in Paris and visited the Eiffel Tower. I'm getting confused, Miss. I know. Don't worry. We are going to be working with this little by little. Few represents something negative, a negative quantity or shortage. It is used with plurals, countable nouns. It means not many, not enough. I have got few examples in the city, so I am lonely. They have got a few cake on the table, almost nothing. He has few photos on Instagram, almost nothing. We are starting with this fourth. Don't worry, because yes, at the beginning it's like, oh my goodness, but little and few are the same and little and few are the same. No, they are going to be some characteristics that are going to be unique. Van a ser únicas. ¿Sale? For example, what we were saying, using a little, we are going to be using a little with positive quantities, as we were saying, no? Little is almost nothing, almost nothing that you have. A few represents a possible quantity, positive quantity. It is used with plural nouns. And it means some, a small amount of. And few represents a negative quantity or shortage. And it is used with plural countable nouns. It means not many, not enough. Todavía no sigo viendo la diferencia, ya sé, no te preocupes, es poco a poquito. Sale, estas cuatro palabras, a little, a few, son bien similares, de verdad, bien similares, significan casi lo mismo, se ven casi iguales, les pongo las mismas reglas, les quito otras reglas. Pero se van a estar complementando estas cuatro chicuelas latosas entre todos, pero no quería dejarte sin que la vieras y dijeras, ay, my goodness, a little, a few. Yes, we are going to be having this, a little, few. We can see here the difference, a few or few. A little and little. Let me check my camera. A little or little. A few. The speaker is happy because there is some. Few. The speaker is not happy because there is not. No. A little. They are happy. Little. No está feliz porque no encontró. A little or little, a few. Pero te voy a dejar con las ganas de seguir viendo qué fue lo que pasó aquí. Yo creo que vas hasta acá, por eso si te das cuenta, viene en escalerita, and, y después el zero article, y después, ¿qué seguía? Exactly. We were talking about how much, how many. Todo se va complementando, todo se va degradando y todo va llegando hasta el punto donde teníamos que empezar a llegar con estos quantifiers que mira, ahorita dices, ¿qué es esto? No te entendí. No te preocupes, porque con eso es con lo que vamos a estar trabajando bastantito también para que podamos pasarnos al reported speech. Reported speech, what is that? It's a grammatical topic that we are going to be having. We together, yes. Lo vamos a ir haciendo juntitos, no te voy a dejar a la buena de Dios para que lo hagas solito, ¿sale? Bueno, guapérrimos y guapérrimas. Esto fue la introducción de little a little. Falta porque necesito que vayamos comprendiendo ahí más o menos que cómo se usa, que para qué es o qué son, pero lo vamos a ir logrando poco a poco, te lo voy a ir explicando, ¿te parece? Viene en la siguiente clase. Beautiful! It was a super pleasure. Hoy intenté estar un poquito más calmada porque ayer sí estábamos en la locura. Ay, no, fíjate, sí, Yupi. Ya nos calmamos un poquito. Amazing, amazing students. It was my pleasure. And I will see you soon. Okay. Any question, any situation, please let me know and I'm going to be helping you. See you later.